What's going on, guys? In episode 5, we're finally going to set up an Applied Energistics network, which will be awesome because we have chests all over the freaking place and it's really annoying. We're also going to set up a sheep and cow farm. We're going to get an Alumite pick from the Tinker's Construct Smeltery, and we're going to make some archers because I'm sick of all of our workers dying over here because of evil things happening at night. We've done a little bit of work. We've spruced the place up with some railcraft stone lamps. They're really easy to make. Put in a few more farms over here. So we got our nether farm here, which we haven't set up with Ancient Warfare yet, and we got a bunch of random seeds here. Spruced this up. Made this smeltery a little bit taller with all of our extra blocks there. I moved the tool forge and such in there. Somebody suggested that I put the stencil chest down underneath the part builder, which was an awesome suggestion, so I did that. And we put a little railcraft smoker up here, also really easy to make, but a really cool effect. Some carpenter blocks on that thing as well. Now Zelda's also gone out into the wild and harvested some bees, as you can see. They're watery bees, and oops, let me go into the right mode here. If I check the biome, we have a beach biome here, and then it immediately changes into a thick shrubland biome. And you can't actually breed normal bees in the thick shrubland biome just because of the temperatures. So he's got his bees set up over here, and they're chugging away slowly. Just some meadows, it looks like. Oh, mystical. What else? Got some drones in here. Okay, we'll get into bees a little bit later. Since we can't grow normal bees in our regular biome, we might build a little bee platform out here, which could be pretty cool. But there's the bees anyway. Got our workers, got our couriers, ferrying stuff back and forth. All right, let's go ahead and set up this sheep and cow farm. And I already have these guys here. Zelda, can you make me a vacuum hopper? You already made a vacuum hopper. Okay, so that's good. These are pretty simple. Some obsidian, a hopper, and an ender pearl. And what these will do is they'll suck in all kinds of items from a bunch of blocks away. I think it's 4 blocks away. We also need a chest. Can you make a chest? Because I'm going to put the vacuum hopper over here. And I'll set that up in just 1 second. Let's go ahead and remove this. Get rid of that. These are carpenter's barriers. That's why they're breaking so easily. Also need that quartz wrench. Can you see if you can find that for me? Oh, here it is. Quartz wrench. Very good. To change the orientation of these machines. Oh, why is that corner missing? What the deuce? Alright, hold on. Carpenter barriers. Got a couple left. Let's put this back where it belongs. And I'm going to put another barrier there and get another one. Because they can actually, I think they'll be able to climb out over. Make a few more. They'll climb out over that block if these are not on lockdown here. So let's do that. Do that. Okay, that's good. Can't really tell which direction these are facing, huh? That's there. I'm not sure why I don't see a graphic for these. Oh, can you make some force shears? You're gonna need some force ingots. We're gonna need a couple force shears to go inside of here. So basically, oh, and you set this up already? People needs to know how to do this. If you right-click the vacuum hopper, you can choose which side is the input and output. So you see that's how it looks normally, which is pretty ugly. And then you just have to pick the output side by dragging it around. There we go. And I clicked right there, and that goes in very nicely. Okay, I just saw, yes, 4 shears got sucked into the vacuum hopper. Let's go ahead and put those there, and put, where did the other, oh, here it is. It's right in my inventory. Okay, and that's going to start shearing these babies, and the stuff should go right into the chest. Yes, they do. Oh, that's what happened to the barriers. All right, what I'm going to do to speed this up is I'm going to put a bucket of force. Oh, if I can get down here. You know what? Let's use one of our tiers to make a safari net, just so we can move these guys a little bit easier than having to herd them all over the place. Because I'm not going to be able to get this guy out of here. Let's see what a safari net takes. That's not reusable. Zelda will build me one of these. Oh, they're easy. Just 4 ender pearls. Okay. So he's going to use a minium stone with some iron to get... I can't place these down. That's a little bit annoying. That's okay. Oh, where we are. What else was on our list while he makes that? Oh, the pick. Let's go ahead and grab some gold. Shouldn't need nearly this much. I'll sleep while Zelda's building that. Alright. Zelda, how's that thing coming there? I think it was just plopped into my inventory. No. Where this? Oh, here it is. It is in my inventory. Okay, so I'm going to move. I'm going to get this guy out. I'm going to put him, and then I'm going to drop him back in the bucket of force. And what the bucket of force does it makes it so they grow back their fur and stuff really quickly. So you can see that now I have a pretty effective farm going, and I'm going to get a lot of leather. And leather is something that I'm going to need to make my archers, to make all their armor. So this guy's just going to chill out here. He's going to get sheared a whole bunch of times. And now we are going to go over and do some stuff with the smeltery. And we need alumite, or alumite. So let's drop a bunch of gold in there. A little bit buggy there. It doesn't show that we have any lava, but we definitely do. Need some cobblestone. And this is why I love trash cans, because I can just throw away all my crappy things that I build. I'm going to run back over here. And I'm going to make just a regular pickaxe. And to make a pickaxe, oops, let's see what I need. Where is it? Right here. So I need a tool binding, a pickaxe head, and a regular... Yeah, so neither of those are tough. So let's go ahead and build a normal tool binding. Get those stupid byproducts. A normal... why don't I have a regular tool rod? Oh, there it was. There's one. Regular tool rod and a pickaxe head. Okay, so that's good. Let's take the pickaxe head, drop it inside of here, and we're going to make a cast. So we'll use a little bit of gold to do that. Let's take that out. Smelt it up, okay? And that gives us these things called a pickaxe head cast, okay? And we're going to do that with the other two here. So let's do the stone binding. And this would go faster if I had more of these little drains, but it's not a big deal. And then the stone tool rod. Zelda, can you get me obsidian, iron, and I just lost track of what I was doing. Obsidian, iron, and something else. Aluminum. Yes, aluminum. Okay, so now we can go ahead and run into a difficulty here. I'm going to need another one of these pattern chests, but for now, I'm just going to place it in there. Okay, we got that, that. These will go in the garbage can. Now I can make a bunch more casts, so I'm going to make a... Let me see, I'm going to make a tough tool binding and rod. I'm going to make a hammer and an excavator and a large plate. Let me see how many ingots I have left. It's going to use one, looks like 1 gold per. 1, 2, 3. Actually, can you get me 2 more gold ingots and throw them in the smeltery? that will give us enough to make all the casts that we need. Okay, let's build this part. We'll need one of these, an excavator, a hammer, a tough rod, and a binding. And we'll go ahead and put those inside there. This one's a little bit weird, but it's no big deal. Did you throw that gold in there, Zeld? Yeah, okay. Alright, so that one's done. Let's get... I'm going to separate the ones I've done. The Alumite stuff's on the tool forge, okay. We'll do the excavator. We'll do the hammer. Oh, these need a little bit more because they're a little bit more beefy. Shoot. I'm going to need more gold. I'm sorry, Zelda. Zelda's getting all my stuff for me. He's doing it happily, too. Don't be fooled. And it should be done in a second here. There we go. Alright, so we got an excavator, a hammer. Just put a bunch of gold in there. I forgot that these take a little bit more. Okay, while that's smelting, so as not to bore, we'll go ahead and chuck that in the garbage. Chuck this, and this in the garbage, because we don't need any of those anymore. Let's put our safari net somewhere safe. Oh, we're out of places to put things. Out of places to put things. Well, while we're waiting, we can go ahead and make some things with Applied Energistics. There's no harm in doing that. I did make the quartz cutting knife already because we're going to need some processors. And actually, Zelda, can I give you these? And you can go and make casts of them. Let's see, I need the hammer too. Where are you? Where are you? Okay, in this little chest in the middle of the road here, I'm going to put the stuff that I need a cast of. So I need tough binding, tough rod, and you can put those two things and these back. And then there's the hammer that's already sitting on the smeltery. And that will take a bunch of gold to make. Okay, so yeah. We need this. We need cutting rod. Oops, I apologize. I think that's backwards. We'll put the piece of gold. And then we need silicon, and I did smelt some silicon already. Last episode we went and got some nether quartz, so that's helping us along in this episode. So we're going to put some silicon down here. And we are going to need a good amount of these processors, so I am just going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of them right off the bat. There's really no reason not to. And the processors do need to be smelted. So I'm going to throw those in there. Let's divvy them up. Those will smelt, and I'll come back for those in just 1 second. So getting started with AE. Next, we're going to need a controller because we need to power our whole network. So let's go ahead and search for controller. We're going to need an advanced processor and some Fluix crystals. So while we're here, let's go ahead and make an advanced processor. I'm pretty sure we're only going to need one of those. And then let's make some Fluix crystals. Oh, I just put the wrong kind of quartz in there. Not a big deal. 3, 4. And then we'll smelt our advanced processor down below. Let's do that. That will just take a second. Grab my 16 processors. Actually, let me keep filling this. This is what we're going to use to power our network right now, even though I have plenty of resources to build a big reactor. We will save that for another episode. I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to take our Fluix crystals and put them here. And iron's going to give us a controller, okay? And I need to have something in here that's not in there. What am I missing? Ah, the processor. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to make my controller. And I'm going to put the controller up there so I can see it. So I'm going to put the controller there. I do have some conduit, some leadstone, and this stuff really sucks. Oh, I put it backwards. What a derpy move. What a derpy move. Whatever, I'll fix it afterwards. But I can do that, and that will send power to the controller. Yep, it's filling up there. That's pretty cool. Now, I am going to make a drive. Let's see how to make a drive. So we need a chest and a basic processor on the top and bottom and some glass. So basic processor, chests. I don't think we have any chests. Zelda, can you do me a solid and sleep whenever it gets to that point? Get a chest, glass, and hey, what's going on here? Why did it just do that on me? I must have misclicked. And that's very good. Now we have a drive, and we can load that up with pretty basic storage devices. Let's see. We're going to need... Actually, let's come back to this in a minute. I do want to get going with this thing here, show you guys what's going on. See if we have any gold left inside of here. We do. We have 9 ingots of gold. And are all the casts and stuff made that we'll need? Yes. Okay, so perfect. 9 ingots will give us a solid block of gold. And this is the best way to get rid of a block. I can't believe that worked out so well, actually. And Zelda said he had obsidian and aluminum and iron for us somewhere. I think, where did we have this? Turn that back into ingots. Floating on top of the tool forge. Oh, creeper, 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 creeper. Panic ensues. Where is that thing? It's inside the smeltery. I can't believe disaster was so close. I'm about to blow up this entire farm. Oh, man. Apparently I'm the most terrible creeper killer. Wow. That was slightly terrifying. No, Zelda, I didn't get any of this stuff. On top of the tool forge. No, nothing went into my inventory at all. It's probably just lost somewhere. Anyways, while you sort out that disaster, I'm going to go back to Applied Energistics. Probably what? Despawn. Oh, Ed spawn. That was a weird play on words there. We're going to need a crafting terminal, which is going to require a access terminal. Oh, and it needs a conversion matrix. This is such a pain in the butt. Okay, so let's get some Fluix dust, which is those two smushed. Some of that, some Certus, some redstone. Let's go ahead and... Alright, so we got the Fluix dust. That's fine. I'm going to have to keep checking this because it's going to elude me. Okay. Nether quartz, processor, Certus quartz. Nether quartz, processor, Certus quartz, and then Oh, there's our aluminum. No, no, it was the fluix dust. Where is it? Down here. What am I missing? Iron. I'm gonna make a bunch of conversion matrices. So that's gonna be necessary. Now we need to make a storage cell. So 4 redstone, 4 Certus quartz, and a processor. That's why I made these. 4 redstone. We'll make a whole bunch of those. Okay. This is not the easiest thing in the world to get started with. Alright, now we have storage cells. Now we need an access terminal, which is glass, conversion matrix, and fluix dust. But first, we need some stinking cable. Man, oh man. Make a bunch of that. Put our cable here. Cable here. So cable, conversion matrix, glass, iron. Okay, finally. So now we have that. Now we need to put this along with this. I believe it was again. Actually, I'm just going to look it up. I need a crafting table, so I was on the right track. Put that in there. Gotta be some wood in here. Crafting table. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, Captain. Alright. 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 What did I not put back inside of here? Got ourselves an access terminal, so that's cool. And now, I believe all we need is some storage. So I'm going to go ahead and make some 1K drives, and that's iron, redstone in a triangle. Iron, redstone, glass, and these. Okay. Awesome. Got 4 1Ks. Let's put these inside of here. Should give us plenty of space. Okay, now I'm going to start unloading inside of this thing because we have ME finally. And I'm going to try not to put... Actually, Zell, this is a great job for you. Why don't you start loading up all of our goodies into ME, and try not to put like single blocks, like all these carpenter blocks that we have variations of, don't put those in there yet. But anything that we have a bunch of, you can load up. We should be able to empty our entire inventory right into the ME system, so that should be flippin' awesome. All right. Oh, I put that obsidian down. What do we need to make? Obsidian, aluminum, and iron. And what was it? It was 10 obsidian, I think. 2 iron and 2 copper. Not 2 copper. Alright. For some reason I feel like that's not even right at all. But I'm about to find out. Let me take some of this out. So we have 3, 6, 9, 10. We'll do that. And let's see if we can make this. We're going to go ahead and take the cast here. Okay. We're going to drop it on there because we're going to make an Alumite thingamajigger mabobber. And while that's going, let's go ahead and check our leather farm. Oh, holy crap. So much leather. This is awesome. We're just bouncing from mod to mod in this episode here. What we're going to need to do to make our expert archers, because I trained into Command 3 not too long ago. We're basically going to need to make them an entire suit of leather armor. Okay, so now we have that set up. And we're going to need bows. So I just made 23 buttons. Whoops. Alright. Wood. Let's make... What is going on? Oh, there's my sticks. Alright, sticks. String. Let's go ahead and get this cotton. That's why I have the cotton farm going. Make a whole bunch of string. Okay. Let's go back over here. Oh, it's getting nighttime again. That was one of those hint hint moments. Alright, we need a bow. Let's go ahead and put this in here. I totally forget how to make a bow, because I never make them. No, that was backwards. That was backwards. Let's see if this works. There we go. Okay, so success. Victory is mine. Okay, and then we need 10 rations and a whole bunch of paper to make some archers. So I'm going to put my paper down here. And I needed to research, I needed to get a baton. That was one of the things required for Command 3, was one of these things called a simple baton. That was just something a little bit new that we haven't seen yet. So I'm going to put that there. I'm going to go ahead and make... Ooh, this is a lot of resources. Here we go. And 18 seconds, we're going to have a Master Archer. Master is the highest tier. And again, the higher the tier, the more upkeep they require. This doesn't seem like very much, which is probably not, but whatever. Alright, so we got our Master Archer. And I have no idea what to do with these guys. If they just like wander around or what. Let's see. If I shift click him, not really too much I can do. But in any case, I'll let him wander around and patrol the area for now. And I'll make more archers between episodes. Let's go back to the smeltery and see if we've melted this up. We have a little... Yeah, there's way too much. That's kind of what I figured. There was too much obsidian in there. And in this, you see how there's all these different layers of this stuff. The alumite is at the bottom, and it looks like there's only one ingot of that. And whatever's on the bottom is going to drain out first. So what I'm hoping is that when these smelt themselves up, it's going to combine with the other two and make more alumite. This might actually have to get turned off because this is going to get ridiculously out of hand with all of this wool inside of here. Not that I'm complaining, but... Alright, let's check out our board. We got defenders, sheep and cow farm. Still working on that stupid pick. What in the blazes of darkness happened to this door? Why is there moss on the door? Oh man. Let's see what we can really... Alright. I'm gonna really bring the heat in this system here. I'm just gonna start dumping stuff inside of it. Even stuff that I shouldn't. There we go. We got orange on that drive. Oh yeah, we found a couple staffs of traveling. And this is from Ender.io, and you can kind of just zoom around in them. You can go right through walls. So that's pretty neat. We really don't have a good way of recharging them yet, so I'm going to dump that in there. Put these, grape shot. That chest is empty. Oh, builder's wand. We're going to unload this. Look at this. Our entire base just went into electronic storage. For the win. Ventium, Mahalaback, shiny ingot, watering can. Oh, this is something else. Zelda found these when he was exploring just a little while ago, and I'm going to take a look at these. Basically, a lot of ancient warfare stuff will spawn out there in the world, and sometimes they'll spawn these patterns, and when you right click them, you basically learn the research. So ballistics 2 and mobility 3, learning. Okay, so that bypasses all the research needed to make those things. That's to make these things, these crazy things that are in the system there now. So I'll need my digger's backpack a little bit later. We'll keep the carpenter block stuff there. Thermal expansion. Let's unload all this into the system. Just going to kind of start discontinuing this stuff to get everything streamlined. Look at that. I'm so glad I did so much mining because there's so much potential. I will make hordes and hordes of carpenter blocks as I see fit. Put that in there. Oh, you know what we could do? We could put since we don't have a quarry yet, let's go ahead and throw the ender chest in place of that chest that we have out there that's collecting all of the wool and stuff. And no, it would take a really ghetto setup to jam that into our system right now because we don't have import or export buses. But that's a solid idea. All right, wow, look how clean this place is. Look how clean this place is. And just because, I'm going to go ahead and throw these in here because we apparently have a ton of storage space. Awesome. Our entire hut just went into Applied Energistics for the win. Let's go and check on this crap again. Oh. Zelda, something is not right in your little recipe here. I think it takes more aluminum. 5 aluminum. That's what's not right. Okay. I was thinking 5. I'm just going to get all 50 of these and melt them all. Melt them all! I thought it was 5 obsidian. Hopefully I didn't say that earlier. If I did, whoops. Whoops. Alright, yeah, and as you can see, this little bottom part here, it collected another molten alumite. So these should combine to make some serious cool liquids. And I'm going to pause for a moment here until this finishes, and then I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. This stuff is almost done, and let's see if this combines in here like I hope it will. Yes, it did. There we go. So it combined a bunch of those, and now I have too much aluminum, but that's okay. I have a bunch of alumite, and that will allow me to make my pickaxe head, hopefully. Yes, it will. So I have that, and let's see how much that used. I'm pretty sure it was only 1, okay? So I'm going to make a full-on alumite pick, and I think this should only cost me 1 each, so that should be pretty cheap. I can actually make a different weapon. Or maybe I'll make one for Zelda since I'm such a nice person. Let's do that. Or maybe I'll just make one so in case I die, or when I die, should I say, I will have another one, or a backup. Okay, so let's make a couple of these. And I'm just going to make it all out of this stuff here because once I have this, there's really not going to be another use for it for me. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm a couple short. Throw some, throw a couple iron. Maybe like 4 iron inside of the smeltery. Alright, now we're going to make the pickaxe. So we're going to do that. We're going to put this here, and this. Oh, I made I made tough bindings. Oh, it just doesn't get any better, does it? Here we go. Hold on. Oh, I hate to lose that. Yeah, melt some more iron. There we go. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, so I fixed my little problem. We have 6 Alumite ingots left. I'm going to finish this, which is highly unfortunate because I don't need this at all. But whatever. Okay, now I'm going to put the right materials, or the right casts inside of here, so we can actually make the right kind of tools. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this in here. Now I don't need either of those, but I guess I'll use them on something else because the material is still useful. And we're going to put in a pattern like this. Okay, so there we go. We have an Alumite pick, and we're still short a couple resources. I will sort this out. Ooh, no we're not. No we're not. No we're not. There we go. I think these only take 1 each. Yes. Yes, come to me. Okay, so now we have 2. Let's go back to pickaxe. Bam. Alright, mission accomplished. This fail-isode was brought to you by the MindCrafters, where we were very disjointed in all of our endeavors, but we ended up getting everything done. I think we're going to build a big reactor in the next episode. I think, since we need an actual legitimate source of power besides those little tiny generators. And once we have the big reactor going, I think we're going to hopefully set up a quarry, because now that we have ME, we can store mass amounts of resources in our network, and we can start strip mining the crap out of the Aroma 1997 mining world, which I made a portal for in the last episode. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section below if you have a suggestion or so on and so forth. And that's going to be it for this episode. Get ready for the next episode and stay poised while you're getting ready.